What if the strings of manipulation that control so many people could not find a hold on you? What if you could build a mind so clear and a character so solid that you become immune to the subtle games of others? This is not a fantasy. It is the achievable result of Stoic training. How real men conquer manipulation fast. Stoicism, compiled and published by Stoic Power. Lesson 1. Recognizing subtle manipulation signals. Imagine you are an expert tracker, moving silently through a dense and ancient forest. You are hunting a creature of immense cunning and stealth, the wolf of manipulation. A novice sees only trees and shadows. But you, the master tracker, are not looking for the wolf itself. You are looking for its signs. A single, almost invisible broken twig, a faint and unusual scent on the wind, the unnatural silence of the birds. You recognize these subtle signals, and because you see them, the wolf loses its greatest power, the power of surprise. This is the first lesson in conquering manipulation. You must learn to recognize its subtle signals. This video explores Stoic wisdom as a path to emotional mastery, mental strength, and fearless living, empowering you to unleash your inner strength and remain unshaken no matter what life throws at you. For many of us, we are in a state of constant inner conflict, where we are the novice wandering through the forest of our own lives. We are frequently ambushed by manipulation, the guilt trip, the passive-aggressive comment, the unsolicited favor with hidden strings attached, and we are left feeling confused, defensive, and controlled, without ever understanding how it happened. The problem with this lack of recognition is that it makes you an easy and perpetual target. A manipulator, like a predator, relies on the ignorance of its prey. If you cannot see the subtle signals, you will constantly fall into the same traps. Your energy will be drained, your decisions will be compromised, and you will live with a frustrating sense of being a pawn in other people's games. This is a common and painful challenge that people face in the context of emotional mastery and self-discipline. You cannot defend against an attack you do not see coming. The transformative solution is to become the master tracker of human dynamics. It is the Stoic habit of applying a calm, detached, and observant awareness to your interactions, of training your perception to see beyond the surface-level words and to recognize the hidden patterns and signals of manipulation. The core idea is rooted in the Stoic practice of prosoche, or mindful attention. The Stoics knew that the world is full of people who will try to influence you for their own ends, often using your own emotions as their primary weapon. The first line of defense is not to build a wall, but to build a watchtower. You must learn to observe your own inner and outer world with the dispassionate clarity of a sentry, watching for the subtle signals that indicate a manipulative play is in motion. This ancient wisdom feels alive because it transforms you from a naive victim into a skilled and discerning observer of the human condition. To begin training your tracker's eye, you must become a student of these signals. The first actionable step is to learn to recognize emotional bait. This is when someone uses an overly emotional statement to hook you into a reaction. Pay close attention to flattery, pity stories, or veiled insults. The second step is to watch for inconsistencies between words and actions. A manipulator's words are often sweet, but their actions are self-serving. Trust the actions, not the words. The third step is to be highly aware of unsolicited favors and the feeling of unearned guilt. If someone does something for you that you didn't ask for, and you then feel a strange sense of obligation, you have likely spotted a trap. The benefits of applying these actions are a profound and empowering shift from a state of confusion to one of clarity. You will begin to see the hidden architecture of social dynamics that was previously invisible to you. The power of manipulators to ambush you will be greatly diminished, because you will see their moves coming long before they can land. You will feel a new sense of safety and control in your interactions. Your call to action is to become the tracker. For the next week, your only mission is not to act, but to observe. In your conversations, listen for one of these subtle signals. When you spot one, do not react. Just make a silent mental note. I see the broken twig. This is the first step in robbing the wolf of its power. Recognizing the signals is the crucial first step. But to interpret these signals correctly and to build a lasting defense, you must first have a deep and unshakable awareness of your own inner world. The next lesson will teach you how to build this foundational Stoic awareness. If you are ready to start your training as a master tracker, please like this video. And as a final reader hook, remember to subscribe to the Stoic Power channel for more timeless strategies. Lesson 2. Building inner Stoic awareness. Imagine you are the vigilant watchman standing on the highest rampart of your own inner fortress. Your sacred duty is to observe the landscape of your own mind, to be aware of every thought that approaches your gates, and to maintain a state of calm, constant readiness. The greatest threat to your fortress is not a foreign army, but a traitor within, a manipulative thought, a self-doubting belief, an irrational fear that can open the gates to the enemy. Your inner awareness is your first and most vital line of defense. This is the second lesson in conquering manipulation. You must build inner Stoic awareness. Many of us are in a state of constant inner conflict where we are not the vigilant watchman, we are an absentee ruler. We are so focused on the external world that we have no real awareness of what is happening inside our own minds. Our thoughts and feelings run wild, and we are often hijacked by our own unexamined beliefs, making us incredibly vulnerable to manipulators who are experts at exploiting these inner weaknesses. The problem with this lack of inner awareness is that it makes you easily controllable. A manipulator's primary tool is to use your own mind against you. They will exploit your insecurities, your guilt triggers, and your unexamined desires to pull your strings. If you do not know the landscape of your own mind, you cannot possibly defend it. This is a common and painful challenge that people face. You will be a puppet, and your own unexamined thoughts will be the strings that the manipulator gleefully pulls. The transformative solution is to become the ever-watchful guardian of your own consciousness. It is the Stoic habit of practicing a deep, daily, and non-judgmental self-awareness, of getting to know your own inner landscape so well that you can instantly spot a foreign, manipulative thought the moment it appears. The core idea is that the Stoics saw self-awareness as the very foundation of a philosophical life. The maxim, "Know thyself," was central to their practice. They knew that a man who is a stranger to his own mind cannot be a free man. This practice of awareness is about learning to distinguish between your own authentic, rational thoughts and the implanted thoughts of others. The manipulative suggestions, the guilt-inducing phrases, the seeds of doubt. Through inner stillness and steadfast thinking, the video guides viewers to become resilient, draw strength from within, and live with unshakable confidence. By cultivating a calm, observant inner presence, you create a space between you and your thoughts, a space where you can examine them before you believe them. To begin your watch, you must make a habit of introspection. The first actionable step is the daily mental inventory. At the end of each day, spend 5 minutes in a journal writing down the dominant thoughts and feelings you experienced. Get to know the regular inhabitants of your own mind. The second step is to practice thought labeling. When a strong thought or belief arises, especially in an interaction, practice silently labeling it. This is a thought of self-doubt. This is a feeling of obligation. This creates a powerful separation. The third step is to ask the watchman's question. Is this thought truly mine, and does it serve my highest good? You must learn to question the thoughts that seek entry into your fortress. The benefits of applying these actions are the creation of a profound and powerful sense of mental sovereignty. You will stop being a passive recipient of your own thoughts and start being their calm, conscious manager. You will become incredibly difficult to manipulate because you will be able to spot a manipulative suggestion disguised as your own thought from a mile away. Your confidence will soar as you begin to trust your own mind as a secure and well-guarded space. Your call to action is to take your post on the watchtower. For the next 24 hours, your mission is to practice thought labeling. A few times throughout the day, pause and simply label the thought that is currently in your mind. Planning, worrying, judging. Just notice. without getting entangled. This inner awareness is your surveillance system. It allows you to see the threat. But to remain calm and in control when a threat is detected, you must have the power of emotional detachment. The next lesson will teach you how to build this essential shield. If you found this lesson valuable, please like this video, and as a final reader hook, remember to subscribe to the Stoic Power channel. Lesson 3. Emotional detachment. As power, imagine you are a highly skilled bomb disposal expert, faced with a complex device that is actively ticking. The pressure is immense, and the slightest mistake could be catastrophic. Your greatest asset in this moment is not your knowledge of wiring, but your ability to remain emotionally detached. If you allow the fear of the ticking clock and the potential explosion to flood your system, your hands will shake, your judgment will be clouded, and you will fail. Your power, your ability to succeed, is directly proportional to your emotional detachment. This is the third lesson in conquering manipulation. Emotional detachment is power. Many of us are in a state of inner conflict where, when we recognize we are being manipulated, we do the exact opposite of the bomb expert. We allow the situation to trigger a powerful emotional reaction. We become angry at the manipulator. We feel the shame of being targeted. We become anxious about the potential conflict. The problem with this emotional entanglement is that it is precisely what the manipulator wants. This is a common and painful challenge that the reader faces. A manipulator's goal is to knock you off your rational center and to get you to react emotionally. An emotional person is a controllable person. When you react with anger or fear, you have given up the high ground of reason, and you have started to play the game by their rules. Your emotional reaction is the confirmation they were seeking that their tactics are working. You have become the bomb that has been successfully detonated. The transformative solution is to become the bomb disposal expert of your own emotions. It is the Stoic habit of cultivating a profound emotional detachment from the words and actions of others, of learning to see the manipulative attempt as a technical problem to be solved, not as a personal attack to be reacted to. The core idea is the Stoic principle of apatheia, which is not apathy, but a state of mind that is free from the control of disturbing passions. The Stoic warrior feels the initial flash of anger or hurt, but he does not assent to it. He does not feed it with his thoughts. He acknowledges the feeling as a piece of data. My ego has been provoked, but he chooses to act from his rational, ruling faculty, his hegemonikon. This ancient wisdom feels alive because it gives us a path to a form of power that is cool, calm, and incredibly effective. To begin cultivating this powerful detachment, you must practice the art of emotional regulation. The first actionable step is to depersonalize the attack. When you recognize a manipulative signal, your first thought must be, "This is not about me. This is a strategy this person is using to get something they want." The second step is to create physical and mental space. If possible, physically remove yourself from the situation. If not, practice the view from above, imagining yourself looking down on the interaction from a great height. This creates an instant feeling of detachment. The third step is to focus on your own inner state as your primary objective. In a manipulative encounter, your new goal is not to win the argument, but to maintain your own inner calm. If you can do that, you have already won the only battle that matters. The benefits of applying these actions are the development of a truly unshakable and impenetrable emotional core. You will become virtually immune to the most common forms of manipulation, because they rely on an emotional reaction that you will no longer provide. People will learn that emotional games do not work on you, and they will stop trying to play them. Your confidence will become immense, as you will feel a profound sense of power that comes from being the absolute master of your own emotional state. This is a profound transformation you will experience in your life. Your call to action is to choose your code word. The next time you recognize a subtle manipulation signal, your mission is to silently say a single, chosen code word to yourself, such as strategy or observation. This single word will act as a trigger to shift you from an emotional reaction mode to a detached, analytical mode. This emotional detachment is your shield. But a fortress is not just a shield. It is also a set of strong walls and guarded gates. The next lesson will teach you how to establish the powerful boundaries that command the respect of the world. If you are ready to become immune to emotional games, please like this video, and as a final reader hook, remember to subscribe to the Stoic Power channel. Lesson 4. Boundaries that command respect. Imagine a great and sovereign kingdom, known for its wealth, its wisdom, and its peace. The first thing you would notice about this kingdom is that it has clearly defined and well-guarded borders. These borders, these boundaries, are not a sign of hostility. They are a sign of profound self-respect. They are a calm, clear, and non-negotiable statement to the world about what the kingdom values and how it expects to be treated. The strength of its borders is a direct reflection of the strength of its character. This is the fourth lesson in conquering manipulation. Your boundaries are what command respect. Many of us are in a state of inner conflict where we are trying to be a respected kingdom with no borders. We want to be liked and seen as nice. So we allow others to trespass on our time, to drain our energy, and to disrespect our values. We are the open, undefended territory, hoping that our accessibility will be mistaken for strength. The problem with this lack of boundaries is that it is a direct invitation for manipulation and disrespect. This is a common and painful challenge that the reader faces. A person without clear boundaries is a person who does not respect themselves, and a person who does not respect themselves cannot be respected by others. Manipulators are experts at spotting people with weak or non-existent boundaries. They see you as an easy target, a territory ripe for exploitation, because you have already shown that you are not willing to be the fierce guardian of your own well-being. The transformative solution is to become the sovereign ruler of your own life. It is the Stoic habit of deliberately, calmly, and courageously defining and defending your personal boundaries, understanding that this is the most powerful and direct way to communicate your own self-respect to the world. The core idea is that your boundaries are the practical, real-world application of your own self-worth. The Stoics would see this as a matter of justice to yourself. It is your duty to protect the sacred space of your own mind, your own time, and your own purpose. A boundary is not an emotional reaction. It is a rational policy. It is a pre-decided rule of engagement that you have established to protect your own inner kingdom. This ancient wisdom feels alive because it reframes boundaries from a source of potential conflict into a source of profound personal integrity and power. To begin building your own sovereign borders, you must become a clear and consistent legislator. The first actionable step is to define your non-negotiables. In your journal, write down 1 to 3 clear rules for how you will allow yourself to be treated, especially concerning your time and your emotional energy. The second step is to communicate your boundaries simply and firmly, without anger or apology. A calm no is more powerful than an angry yes. Your boundary is a statement of your policy, not a point of negotiation. The third and most crucial step is to be willing to enforce your boundaries with consequences. This often means being willing to walk away from a person or a situation that consistently refuses to respect your lines. The benefits of applying these actions are a massive increase in your self-respect and the respect you receive from others. You will begin to filter out manipulative and disrespectful people from your life, creating space for those who are willing to engage with you on a basis of mutual respect. You will feel a profound sense of safety and control, the feeling of a king who is the undisputed master of his own well-guarded kingdom. This is a profound transformation you will experience in your life. Your call to action is to draw your first line in the sand. Your mission for this week is to choose one small, clear boundary and to enforce it the very next time it is tested. Be prepared, know what you will say, and then, calmly and firmly, guard your gate. Boundaries are the walls that protect you. But how you behave when those walls are being tested is what truly defines your character. The next lesson will teach you the art of responding with calm, unshakable power rather than reacting with impulsive weakness. If you found this lesson valuable, please like this video, and as a final reader hook, remember to subscribe to the Stoic Power channel. Lesson 5. Calm response over reactive impulse. Imagine you are a master of a great martial art like Aikido. An aggressive opponent rushes towards you, his energy chaotic and full of force. A novice fighter would meet this force with more force, resulting in a clumsy and brutish brawl. But you are a master. You do not meet his force head-on. You remain perfectly calm and centered. You blend with his aggressive energy, you redirect it, and you use his own momentum to effortlessly neutralize the threat, all while maintaining your own perfect balance. Your calm response has conquered his reactive impulse. This is the 5th lesson in conquering manipulation, the law of calm response over reactive impulse. Many of us are in a state of inner conflict where we are the novice brawler. When we are faced with a manipulative or aggressive act, our immediate impulse is to react with a similar energy, to meet anger with anger, to meet passive aggression with sarcasm, to meet a guilt trip with defensive explanations. The problem with this reactive approach is that it is a complete surrender of your power. This is a common and painful challenge that the reader faces. The moment you allow a manipulator to dictate your emotional state, you have lost. You are now dancing to their tune, you have descended to their level, and you are playing the game by their rules. A reactive impulse is a confession that the other person has successfully pushed your buttons and is now in control of your inner world. The transformative solution is to become the Aikido master of your own interactions. It is the Stoic habit of creating a deliberate space between the stimulus of the manipulation and your own action, and in that space, choosing a calm, centered, and strategic response that maintains your own balance and effortlessly neutralizes the attack. The core idea is that the space between stimulus and response is where your greatest power lies. The Stoics were masters of this concept. They knew that while we cannot control the first impression or the initial impulsive thought, we have absolute control over our ascent to it and our final chosen action. The manipulator wants to collapse that space to zero, to provoke an instant, unthinking reaction. The Stoic warrior trains relentlessly to expand that space, to give his rational mind the time it needs to choose a wise and powerful response. This gentle wisdom feels ancient and alive because it is the very definition of a strategic mind. To begin your training as a mental martial artist, you must practice the art of redirection. The first actionable step is the sacred pause. As we have discussed before, this is your non-negotiable first move. When manipulated, you must pause and breathe before you do anything. The second step is to consciously choose your frame. Your response must come from your frame, not from theirs. You can respond with a clarifying question. It sounds like you are feeling X, is that right? Or you can respond with a simple statement of your boundary. I am not willing to discuss this when you are using that tone. The third step is to deliberately use a calm and measured tone of voice. Your calm is the ultimate act of blending with and neutralizing their chaotic energy. The benefits of applying these actions are a profound and almost magical ability to de-escalate conflict and disarm manipulators. You will stop being a predictable target and start being an unpredictable and powerfully calm force. People will learn that their emotional games have no effect on you, and they will stop playing them. Your confidence will become immense, as you will feel a deep sense of mastery over even the most difficult social dynamics. This is a profound transformation you will experience in your life. Your call to action is to practice your first redirection. The next time you are faced with even a minor manipulative tactic, your mission is to take your pause and, instead of reacting, to ask one calm, clarifying question. Shift the dynamic from a fight to an inquiry. This calm response is how you handle the manipulator in the moment. But how do you use their very attack as a tool for your own growth? The next lesson will teach you the alchemical art of turning their manipulation into your own personal advantage. If you are ready to become a master of your own responses, please like this video, and as a final reader hook, remember to subscribe to the Stoic Power channel. Lesson 6. Turning manipulation into advantage. Imagine you are a master blacksmith, and a clumsy apprentice, in a moment of anger or foolishness, strikes your anvil with a hammer. The apprentice's goal may have been to damage the anvil or to express his frustration. But you are the master blacksmith. You see the hammer blow not as an insult, but as an opportunity. You quickly insert a piece of heated iron onto the anvil at the exact point of impact. The apprentice's foolish, chaotic energy is not wasted. You have skillfully used it to help you forge your own sword, to make your own creation stronger and sharper. This is the sixth lesson in conquering manipulation, the art of turning manipulation into an advantage. Many of us are in a state of inner conflict where, when we are the target of a manipulative act, we see it as a purely negative event, a blow that has been struck against us. We are the anvil that simply endures the hit, or worse, that is damaged by it. The problem with this mindset is that it is entirely defensive and passive. It allows the manipulator to set the terms of the engagement, and it wastes the valuable energy of their attack. This is a common and painful challenge that people face. A person who only defends against manipulation may protect their peace, but they do not grow in power. They are missing the profound opportunity that is hidden within every single manipulative attempt. The opportunity to use the other person's energy for your own growth and purpose. The transformative solution is to become the master blacksmith of your own soul. It is the advanced Stoic habit of not just deflecting manipulation, but of actively and strategically using it as a tool to forge your own character, to gain information, and to strengthen your own position. The core idea is the ultimate expression of the Stoic maxim: the obstacle is the way. The manipulator's attempt is the obstacle. The Stoic warrior does not just overcome it, he uses it. He understands that every manipulative act is a rich source of information. It reveals the other person's desires, their fears, their weaknesses, and their level of character. He also sees it as a perfect real-world opportunity to practice and temper his own virtues, his patience, his self-control, his courage. This ancient wisdom feels alive because it is the very definition of a proactive, anti-fragile mindset. You are no longer just surviving the attacks, you are being nourished by them. To begin this alchemical practice, you must become a student of strategic redirection. The first actionable step is to see manipulation as data collection. When someone tries to manipulate you, your first thought should be, interesting. What does this action tell me about this person's character and what they truly want? The second step is to use the manipulation as a virtue workout. See the guilt trip as a perfect chance to practice your boundaries. See the passive-aggressive comment as a perfect chance to practice your emotional detachment. Silently thank your opponent for providing you with this excellent training. The third step is to use their energy to clarify your own position. A manipulative question can often be answered with a question of your own that skillfully uses their momentum to put the focus back on them. The benefits of applying these actions are a profound shift from a defensive posture to an offensive one, in the most strategic sense of the word. You will stop being a target and start being a strategist. You will find that you actually learn and grow more from your difficult interactions than from your easy ones. Your confidence will become supreme, as you will know that even an attack against you can be turned into a tool for your own victory. This is a profound transformation you will experience in your life. Your call to action is to find your first advantage. The next time you recognize a manipulative signal, your mission is to silently ask and answer the question: what important information is this person revealing about themselves right now? Turn their attack into your intelligence report. You have now learned to recognize, detach from, respond to, and even benefit from manipulation. The final lesson is about integrating all of these skills into a state of being that is so solid and so authentic that you cease to be a target for manipulation altogether. This is the ultimate goal, to live with unshakable Stoic confidence. If you found this lesson valuable, please like this video, and as a final reader hook, remember to subscribe to the Stoic Power channel. Lesson 7. Living Unshakable Stoic Confidence. Imagine a great and ancient mountain. It does not worry about the schemes of the wolves in the forest below. It does not concern itself with the shifting politics of the nearby villages. It does not fear the passing storms or the changing seasons. The mountain's defense against manipulation is its very nature. It is simply too big, too solid, too real, and too grounded in its own massive existence to be a target for such petty games. Its unshakable confidence is not a strategy. It is a state of being. This is the final lesson in conquering manipulation, to live with unshakable Stoic confidence. For our entire journey, we have been in an inner conflict, learning the specific skills and tactics needed to defend ourselves. We have been the soldier, learning how to recognize the enemy, how to build our fortress, and how to fight the battles. The problem with remaining in the mindset of a soldier is that you are still living in a world of conflict. The ultimate goal is not to be a great warrior who is always ready for a fight, but to become the mountain, a being of such profound substance and stability that the idea of fighting becomes irrelevant. The final challenge is to transcend the very game of manipulation itself. This is a common and painful challenge that people face. The transformative solution is the final and most profound integration of all the previous lessons. It is to move beyond seeing these principles as a set of defensive tactics, and to embody them so completely that they become your new, authentic, and unshakable nature. The core idea is the achievement of eudaimonia, the flourishing, well-lived life that is the ultimate aim of all Stoic practice. The man who has achieved this state is no longer a target for manipulation because his inner world is a fortress of such strength and integrity that it offers no handholds for a manipulator to grip. His self-worth is entirely internal, so flattery and insults have no effect. His boundaries are clear and consistent, so probes for weakness are met with a solid wall. He is in complete control of his emotional state, so attempts to provoke him are futile. He is, in effect, the mountain. This ancient wisdom feels alive because it offers a vision of a life that is not just free from manipulation, but is free from the very fear of it. To achieve this state of being is the great work of a lifetime, but the practice is a daily commitment to becoming more solid. The first actionable step is to make your own character your life's great project. Your primary focus must be on the daily cultivation of the Stoic virtues: wisdom, courage, justice, and temperance. The second step is to live with a powerful, overarching purpose. A man on a mission is too busy and too focused to be drawn into petty dramas. The third step is to embrace a humble self-reliance. The less you need from others, the less power they have over you. The benefits of applying these actions are the achievement of a truly unshakable life. You will be free from the constant low-grade anxiety of navigating social games. You will move through the world with a calm, quiet, and powerful confidence that is the very definition of a real man. Your relationships will become healthier and more authentic, as manipulative people will naturally be repelled by your solidity, and high-quality people will be drawn to it. This is a profound transformation you will experience in your life. Your final call to action is a commitment to the mountain. Your mission, starting today, is to see every action you take, every thought you have, as an opportunity to add another small stone to your own inner mountain. See your life as the slow, patient, and magnificent process of becoming an unshakable and powerful presence in the world. By recognizing the signals, building your awareness, mastering detachment, setting boundaries, and turning conflict into a source of power, you move beyond merely conquering manipulation, and you achieve a state of unshakable Stoic confidence that makes you immune to the game itself. To conquer manipulation is not to play a better game, but to rise above the game altogether. By building the Stoic fortress of a self-controlled mind, a detached spirit, and a character of unshakable integrity, you become a person whose peace cannot be stolen and whose strength cannot be compromised. Thank you for taking the time to watch the video. We gently remind viewers to like, comment, and subscribe to the YouTube channel for more wisdom on building an indestructible life.